Oh boy, it was another frustrating game at the Emirates. How many times are we going to say it was a frustrating game this season? We've drawn 6 so far, and last season we drew 5, which means we are not going to finish with more points than we did last season unless we go on an unbeaten run, which is rarely possible at this particular point in time. It's not looking possible. But in the meantime, Arsenal nil, Everton nil as well. But one of the teams who will be proud of their performance today, and it is not Arsenal, I can tell you that for free. It's Everton FC because their game plan worked. They had no shots on target today, none whatsoever. But they frustrated and stifled the life out of Arsenal. As a matter of fact, we had no answers. And then the question is, when will Arteta and his team make a change to our style of play? If unless their objective is not to win the title, unless their expectation is not to win the title, because we've been playing this style for the entire season so far, and it's not yielding results. Even the times that we won, it was not that great. Sometimes the score lines tend to flatter us. In Europe, the strategy works, maybe because your European teams gives us respect and try to play their own game, game for game, formation for formation. But in the Premier League, they've already sussed us out. They know that all you have to do is put two banks of four, defend against Arsenal. They have no answers. This time, Everton did not do two banks of four. They played a 4-5-1. 4-5-1. Calvert-Lewin was just there to make up numbers. I didn't even think he had any impact in the game, to be fair, because they had no shots on target. I didn't even, only in the first half I heard his name once or twice. I didn't even hear his name throughout. I know they swapped him with Broha, who also frustrated our defenders. His job was just there to bully and push and frustrate us. But Arsenal has no answers. Our answers to this kind of things that defend is set pieces. But Everton are also good with set pieces. So what was the answer there? More questions. What did Ava do in the game? What did Odegaard do in the game? What did Rice contribute to the game? What did Merino contribute to the game? What did Martinelli contribute to the game? All our front four or front five in this situation, nothing. There was no creativity, there was no initiative, right? Our midfield was slowing us down. Our defense were doing their own thing. Obviously, Everton didn't ever come to attack anyway, so our defense was chilled. At some time, we had 8 people, 8 players up top. You see Gabriel close to their 18. Sometimes it's Saliba that is there. Sometimes it's Timber that was there. It's just mad that we had no answers for them and they frustrated us. A lot of our attacks ended up with Brandwaite and Tarkowski doing their thing. Mikalenko frustrated Saka, and they know what they were doing. 4-5-1. Every time we play the ball to the wings, because all we do is wing play, in quotes, they had 3 players on Saka, 3 players on Martinelli. 3 players on Saka, they had Mikalenko, they had Ndiaye, and sometimes Doucouré comes back to cover. On the other hand, on the other side, if it's Martinelli, they had Ashley Young, they had Jack Harrison, and sometimes Idrissa Ganagay also comes back. Mangala and Idrissa Ganagay sometimes come back to cover. It was just our performance was all over the place. I don't even know what. I didn't think we were going to score any goals. In the first few minutes, Odegaard was trying to shoot. I think that was the most that we did. And it's also turning out that our attack is Saka FC. If there's no Saka, no attacker. When there's so many things running through my head, I can't even put my points together. But anyways, the midfield was rubbish. And I was excited when Arteta was going to make some changes. I was thinking, okay, the midfield is too slow. Odegaard is taking too many touches. Martin Odegaard is taking too many touches. Merino is taking too many touches. So maybe you need to bring on Partey to make things tick quicker. We need those one-touch passes because that's the only way we can get in behind. And 57, 58 minutes, I saw people on the touchline. Jorginho, I didn't mind Jorginho, and Ethan. Okay, I was thinking, okay, maybe Merino is going to come out, and obviously Odegaard for Ethan. We knew that one was going to be a straight swap. Straight swap is predictable, but to my surprise, it was Declan Rice that was coming out, and Merino was still on the pitch. I'm like, what are you doing? Merino was not having an impact on the game. He was just passing sideways and backwards. It's like going back to El Neni days again. And then you're bringing in Jorginho to replace Rice. Rice that was the one I was trying to drive forward, most of the game. I know he was not shooting, he didn't have the best of the games, but at least he was driving. Merino was not doing anything. He was not contributing to the attack. He was not contributing to the defense. But, well, they know whether Rice is fit or not fit. Who knows? Jorginho came on, not so much impact until they brought in Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey came on again. I was like, okay, maybe Partey is going to come to the midfield, bring out Merino, and leave Partey and put Partey in the midfield. But that's not what happened. Actually, Partey subbed Lewis-Skelly, and Partey went to right back. Our best midfielder for the season is playing right back at the minute. Because Everton sat deep, obviously our players pushed forward. Partey began to have an impact as well as Jorginho, but nothing. The impact was resulted in nothing because set pieces, Jordan Pickford was just punching everything out. It was easy for them. Brandwaite was heading everything out. It was easy for them. They packed the bus in the last 20 to 30 minutes. Nothing we could do. We could not break them down. We have no answer. And that is the frustrating part. Because this is how all the teams are going to play. Fulham, the way they played against us was not the way they played against any other of their teams. Even Liverpool at Anfield, they were pressing Liverpool at Anfield. But when it came to Arsenal, they just decided to pack the bus. Because they know we have no solution for it. And we've been playing this style over and over and over again throughout the season, and it doesn't look like it's working. When are we going to change? When are the players going to take initiative on the pitch? When? The only positive today for me was lewis-skelly. Yes, that's the only positive because I know that, okay, maybe he can come and invert, but we know that as soon as Calafiori is fit, Miles is going back to the bench. Frustrating game. Frustrating game. Anyways, let's do some quick player rating. As you can tell by my tone, the player ratings is going to be average and terrible for everyone. So in terms of team performance, terrible performance for the overall team. David Raya, alright performance. Miles Lewis-Skelly, good performance. He is the only one that's getting good today. Juren Timber, alright performance. Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, alright performance. Middle, Declan Rice, terrible performance. Terrible, yes, I said it. Mikel Merino, terrible. Odegaard, very terrible from Odegaard. Bukayo Saka, alright performance. Havertz, terrible, as well as Martinelli, terrible. The subs that came on, Jorginho, alright performance. Ethan, alright performance. No, actually, terrible performance from Ethan. Who else came on? Trossard, alright performance. Gabriel Jesus, bloody hell. Gabriel Jesus, terrible performance. There were times where Juren Timber was ahead of Gabriel Jesus. Jesus is our striker. Havertz is our striker, but Timber was ahead of them on many occasions. You find them on the left wing back, in the central midfield, but you're not actually seeing them in the box. When crosses were going in, it's that either they were not jumping high enough or they were not anticipating well enough. It was just chaos, okay? So, terrible performance for Jesus, terrible performance for Havertz. The manager, terrible performance because you will not change anything. You've not learned from your mistake. Keep playing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like you're just comfortable, expecting that at some point it's going to click. This is 15, 16 games in now. We can't keep playing the same way in the EPL and expect to challenge for the title. Like I said, unless the ambition is not to challenge, it's just to get top 4 again, get the Champions League money, and we move. Which I think that is what's happening. But anyways, that's my own player rating. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Yeah, some post-match facts. Now, even the post-match facts are not that interesting and not that enticing, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've been doing it for most of the season. And as usual, I'm getting this from Opta Analyst. Right, so Arsenal have drawn back-to-back Premier League games for the first time since April 2023, where they drew 3 in a row. Wow, this was their first goalless draw at the Emirates since January 2023 against Newcastle. I don't care about the clean sheet one, let's keep that. Also, I don't care about Everton one, let's keep that. The last one is there have been 5 instances of a side falling to... Rewind. There have been 5 instances of a side failing to have a shot on target in the Premier League this season, with Arsenal being the opposition on 2 occasions, preventing both Nottingham Forest last month and Everton today from landing a shot on target. The Everton one, yes, we prevented. The Nottingham Forest, we prevented. Everton, we did not prevent. They did not come to attack. They did not come to do. They just came to get a draw. A draw is good for them at this point in time because they are trying to survive. We are the ones that are trying to compete for the title, but it's not looking likely at this point in time. But yeah, frustrating day at the Emirates. Frustrating day for Arsenal. Can't wait for the League Cup. Hopefully, it's not a frustrating one because they're also an EPL team. Anyways, I'm going to preview that game. Just look out for that video in the coming days, okay? But in the meantime, please press the like button. Do us a favor. That's very, very important. Subscribe if you're new or you have not done so. All right, help us grow as well. And leave your own comment in the comment section below. Please check out Scatteryan podcast. The latest episode is out. And on to the next episode. Stay safe. Come on, you Gunners.
Psst, psst. Oi. Subscribe. Press subscribe. Thank you.